Okay, let me just say it. Some of the most capable women I know are also the most self critical. I don't mean that in a humble brag kind of way. I mean it literally. They can't turn it off. If that's you and you're someone who hits a goal and immediately moves the bar higher without even a second to breathe, you are so not alone. I've been there. In fact, this whole message today, it's one that I have to remind myself of constantly. It's also one of the biggest shifts I work on with my clients, especially the high achieving ones who are secretly exhausted. They're anxious, they're doing so much, it still feels to them like it's never, ever enough. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about why we're so hard on ourselves, why that inner critic gets so loud, and how we can start shifting into something that's actually more sustainable, more grounded, and honestly, more powerful. So, here's the thing about self criticism. On the surface, it can look like ambition. You want to grow, you want to do better, you want to reach your potential. And that's honestly amazing. But underneath that, if your inner dialogue is always pushing, always judging, always measuring your worth by what you haven't done yet, that's not motivation. That's your nervous system stuck in survival mode. Your body starts to believe, I'm only safe if I'm achieving. And that is a recipe for anxiety, burnout, and just a constant sense of pressure. So over time, it shows up in your body like tight shoulders or racing thoughts or difficulty sleeping, even gut issues. And all of it gets normalized like, this is just who I am. But it's not. That is not you. That is the wiring. And the good news is you can shift it. Let's talk about what I call goalpost syndrome. So you say things like, once I hit this target, then I'll relax. Once I lose the weight, once I hit 10K months, once I get this promotion, whatever it is. But what happens when you do get there? You hit it, and your brain immediately goes, cool, what's next? No celebration, no exhale, just more striving. Here's the thing, that's not just a mindset issue, it's neuroscience. Your brain is wired to seek closure, it loves to finish loops, and it needs to feel completion. So when you hit a goal and actually pause to acknowledge it, whether it's crossing it off your list, journaling about it, or saying it out loud, that moment it signals to your brain this loop is complete. And that triggers a hit of dopamine, which is the reward. It's a boost of confidence and motivation. But if you skip that part, if you don't pause to celebrate, your brain leaves the loop open and it doesn't register it as a win or a completion. It just thinks, still not done, must keep pushing. And so you keep doing more, but you never feel that satisfaction. It's like running a marathon that never ends. No music, no celebration, just more running, and that's not energizing. That's not success. That's exhausting. So, what is the fix? It's not about not having goals. I love goals. It's about giving yourself the time and space to integrate what you've actually done, to feel the impact of your effort. Celebrating a win, big or small, tells your nervous system, I'm safe, I'm successful, and maybe most importantly, I can trust myself. Every time you do that, you're literally rewiring your brain to experience more joy, more confidence, and more capacity. You start to build your life from wholeness, not from lack or scarcity. You're building it from safety, not stress. And that's the kind of power that will actually fuel your greatest success. I'll be real with you. I've totally done this before, and I have to remind myself to celebrate wins. Even as recently as a few months ago, I was thinking about how I want to make a bigger impact this year, serve more, do more, grow my business more. And my husband and I were on a walk, and I was telling him all of my dreams. And I started to tell him about others I've seen in this space and how great they're doing and who I admired and look up to. And I started to compare myself. And then I stopped and I said, remember a few years ago when the life that we are currently living felt like a dream? We stopped, we took in a deep breath, and he said, Amen. And I said, yeah, amen. I stopped talking about future goals and impact and just soaked in for just a moment the growth and impact up to this point. I went to sleep feeling so peaceful and satisfied. And when I woke up the next day, I could think about those goals again with so much clarity, drive, focus, but without the pressure, without the rush, just in tune and grounded and totally ready. And that's what celebration gives you. It's not fluff, it's fuel. So let me ask you, what's one small win that you can celebrate today? So maybe you got out of bed when it was hard, or maybe you said no to something that just didn't feel right. Maybe you took one step toward a dream you've been sitting on. Whatever it is, claim it, soak it in. Seriously, share it in the comments if you're up for it. I love reading those. It inspires me and other people who read it too. And if this resonated with you and you're like, yes, this is exactly the shift I need, be sure to subscribe for more. Or you can find a link to schedule a time to chat. I would love to hear more about where you are and some of your goals and what support maybe you could use in rewiring your nervous system for success with ease and peace and just more joy. You're doing better than you think. You are not your anxiety, and it is safe to celebrate yourself right now. Not just some far off moment when you think you've had to earn it, because you are already worthy. I'm Stacy. I'll see you next time. Thanks for being here.